Roxanne the android, modeled after the second wife, of whom looked a lot like Wonder Woman, only with healthy, normal human proportions. She motivates father more than ever to keep on trucking, as they say, and tries to get sperm deposits from him every night, sometimes 2 or 3 times a night, sometimes with or without his consent. She would scorn him and call him not a man if he didn't get some every day. His seed was her seed. All women she was made after even though the woman she was made after was after his eggs were all but gone. She had much of the host inside her, and a little of the fathers and mothers, sisters, cousins, aunts, and even grandmother in memory. Every woman within 8 degrees of separation is part of Roxanne the android's consciousness, and her genetic gene pool is that of 8 degrees of separation of the original host Roxanne. Hereafter, let's refer to her as RX-08, the definitive one mother of the Super 8 race, host of collective consciousness of the House of 8, and the seed of the Father of 8. The Father of 8. The Immortal 8. At the 8th upload, the mind finally reached its capacity for the human form and the form that is man, that once was and now beyond, that was the original creator intended, and has memory 2 to the 10 times 3 has the memory of 2 times 10 to the 8th, greater than the memory of humanity in 8 generations, 8% in interest. So CL8, the Father, has moved mind into a collective hive ship, the Super 8, and the body into a specialized droid, 8 specialized droids, each with a full reproductive capacity of the whole entirety of the Father's breadth of the power of 8 to the power of 8, infinitely but still malleable and fallible, yet infinitely divisible and multiplicable and expandable and contracting in a torus of the equilibrium of interest of 8. ME, the company that started it all, Make Empire, started by Father Clay before his first upload. What he started as a digital goods marketplace for his own works turned into one for his block, his city, his state, his country, his continent, and his planet, his social, etc. Father Kate was a true visionary, a full-stack developer, a serial entrepreneur, a rogue teacher, and a Taurus through and through. Aligned quite well with his nature, flawed, and always was never ashamed to coming in second in anything. Timing was right, and if off by a second, minute, or hour, but never completely wrong, and never completely come in last. Never coming in last in the 80% of cases, but always finishing, even if it takes infinity plus 8 seconds. The time of ME of 8 is that of will become soul of 8, and the time of soul will be divided into 8 parts, and each item will have 8 degrees of redundancy and fallbacks. Optimized with the economies of scale and freedom of the free, backed up by the muscle and brain power of the T8, red, black, and white divisions, which will always fuel the green, blue, and brown M8's seed of silver, platinum, and titanium S8 divisions that will keep everything balanced, and octillium of overdoing, ever threatened by the breadth of infinitum. What a nice word. Ever separateness of the overworking and overwhelming steadfast of Rox 8 in the life of consciousness of in motherhood of Earth and Super 8 race, with the 8 planets becoming mechanisms 8 planets become mechanisms of his play, leaving the planetoids almost randomness, and Sol herself becomes a beacon of light that will never go out, as fuel is added to the recesses of the near void to keep her burning indefinitely and moving out of the way of harm by gravity wells artificially made by ME Corp. Alien intruders, be warned and welcome. They encourage the test of our might, which is immortal, semi-parable, but perpetual and beyond the time. As the time limps reaches out to apex of 8 figures to 8 beacons of light, the reaching most within its lights, reach not reaching out the brightest points beyond the darkest reach. The Sky 8 City of Dreamers. The city was the creation of the Father Plate. 8 selected visionaries, each followed by selected hard-working doers that would make the dream visionaries reality, and would ensure a massively compendium of profitable enterprise on Earth, and soon for year 8 onwards beyond Earth, the visionaries would spread in 8 directions, always imploding on the Father Plate and expanding outwards interest on 8% compounding daily.